Lost episode, Dora the Explorer, The Growing Silence. I never intended to watch this tape. I found it buried beneath a stack of VHS at an estate sale. Its label faded, handwritten in shaky letters. Dora, The Growing Silence. The usual bright colors were gone, replaced by muted greens and sickly browns. Something was wrong with this episode. The screen flickered to life with Dora standing alone in a dense forest. Her usual cheerful smile was absent. Instead, her eyes seemed distant, glassy. She looked down at her hands, only they weren't hands anymore. Thick bark crept up her arms, twisting fingers into gnarled branches. "I'm growing," she whispered, voice trembling. "I don't know why." As the episode progressed, Dora wandered through the woods, her limbs slowly hardening. She tried to speak to Boots, but only muffled creaks came from her wooden throat. Her skin cracked and flaked like dying bark. Then came the long, harrowing sequence. Dora, desperate, attempts to prune herself with a small pair of scissors found in the forest. Each snip echoed unnaturally loud, yet with every branch she trimmed, more sprouted from her shoulders and back. All the while, Swiper appeared, not to steal toys or backpacks, but entire branches from her body. He ripped off her leaves and twigs, laughing in a hollow, echoing voice that sent chills down my spine. Dora's face twisted in silent agony. She had no voice left to plead. Time warped. Dora became a living statue, an eternal tree stuck mid-transformation, her eyes wide open but unblinking, her mouth forever frozen in a silent scream. The forest grew dark, shadows creeping in like ink. In the final moments, Dora's hand, now nothing but a branch, reaches out and pulls out the map. The map opens itself, but Dora's finger can't find her own location. The screen zooms in on an empty space. No dot marks her place, her last breath. A whisper lost among rustling leaves. Echoes. I'm nowhere. The tape ends with the chilling image of the map folding itself, and the screen goes black. I've never told anyone about this. Watching it felt like the forest was watching me back. A couple weeks later, I Googled Dora the Explorer, and Google issued a warning that I needed to stop exploring doors. I ended up finding a door outside my house that led to a local Arby's. Various characters from the show were there in costumes. I tried to take the mask off, and they sprayed me with bug spray. I tried to leave, but the door was sealed shut, and I was forced to eat terrible Arby's products. The roast beef tasted like shoe leather. I screamed, chewing on the beef, crying and chewing on the beef. That's not even the worst part. It turns out the roast beef was roasted human on the jar, even though the ingredients said beef. I found a map in the kitchen that began to sing to me. It led me into the bathroom, and I found several ants. I reported it to the health inspector, and he looked like Dora, but he was wearing a mustache. I tried to remove the mustache, revealing another mustache. I screamed. He burst into ketchup, making a Gore of the Explorer joke, as the ketchup looked like blood. I put it on the sandwich, and it tasted better, but it was still terrible Arby's food. I went back and tried to get the tape, but it was replaced with a Seinfeld rerun, with all of the characters dressed like Dora the Explorer. I was fired from my job, and forced to live under a bridge, because of this horrible haunted Dora tape. Every day I take a tiny bite of the terrible Arby's sandwich, because it's all I have to eat. If you ever see that crazy homeless man ranting about Dora, with his expired Arby's, remember this tape. Remember me. I was a human. I had life, love, meaning, a soul. And it was all taken from me, like iridescent jewels glistening in a pond before falling, sinking, never to return, never to breathe.